All right, so um, let's get started again. We're going to do the exact same thing as yesterday, except now it's going to be with tweets. Again, I'm not going to really care about styling or CSS or JavaScript on the front end. In fact, I'm going to see how much of it I can avoid. And the reason for that is I mostly concentrate on the back end side of things, the PHP and Laravel side of it. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. We're in TwitterCon, we're going to do Laravel. Can I do help new? Okay, so force, help quiet version. There's nothing here for like add the app stuff. Okay, so save it with you, and here's a whole bunch of craziness. And just to verify, there is no .env. Perfect. Before I do that, let's oh, what was it? It was PHP artisan. This is it. We want to add in the auth because we're going to need that. And is there any other scaffold? No. Okay, so PHP artisan make. Okay, and now I can send you on up. So there you go, and on up you go. Let's also start the server. Here we go, and we have login and register showing here. So I think our first thing is going to be to create a. We're going to create a layout that's going to have this login and register sort of stuff here, and then if we go here, it just so it just takes us to /register, and this to /login. Okay, that's fairly easy for me to add into a layout. So put you over here, you go over there, and I want to see a list of tweets. All right, let's create our first tweets manually and figure out what we really care about. I think this time we're going to associate tweets with a user, so that'll be fun. So we do need a user for this. So then maybe we can, if I register, what do we need? Let's go take a look at the migrations. Oh, let's start with TwitterCon Laravel, not storage, resources, views. Here we have layouts, apt up blades. This is I don't really think I really care about div ID app. Is this just the top nav bar? Oh, and it yields content. Yeah, I think I'm gonna rather have my own app. How long have I been teaching? And also, Dejuzi, welcome to the stream. 3 years. I did official teaching for 3 years, and now I am back in the sort of like the pure software development. So I get all my teaching through streaming and mentoring now. So maybe in layout, we're going to create a new file. We're just going to call this main.blade.php. So that way we know it's the main layout. Okay, so this is going to be Laravel, Twitter. What do I need to do here? We're just going to have probably an H1. We're going to have a super basic nav. What languages do I speak? English. I took Spanish classes in high school and I've forgotten almost everything from them, unfortunately. We'll do a A2 and we can just sort of say nav here. This is going to be like a 1990s or maybe even an 80s website. It's really bad. Okay, so for our nav, we're going to have a link home. So unordered list item, ahref to slash, and now if I do this here, I'm also going to want to below the nav, we're going to have a section. It's going to be like this section. Oh, I hate that thing. Okay, section main, I guess. That's all I care about here. So we might as well have a register and a login, which I think these go to login and register. That's simple. Okay, what do I want to call this? Would this be the index? I think I'd rather call this tweets and then index inside of that. So new folder, tweets, that, next you learn English and you learn. Okay, so you're learning English. How can you learn it? In my experience, for learning, the best way to learn is to practice, right? So if there's other people around you that are also learning English, especially if there's anybody who is just slightly better than you, you don't want like so much better that they're going to be using words that you just have never heard of before. but just slightly better than you, then you can use them to catapult yourself up. So meet with them regularly and practice communicating. If you get a group together, then that will help a lot. So that's what my recommendation is. Practice speaking, and if you want to read also, then you practice reading, but together in a group to hold each other accountable and to practice together and give feedback to each other. Okay, so in index, we're going to extend, and this is going to be layouts.main. I guess we just do this. Okay, section main. All right, so this is going to be like the actual tweets, right? So we'll just start with tweets, and that's all we're going to do. Now let's head on over to I kind of want to use the fun thing that we can get with resource. So we can do this entire like route resource. But unfortunately, I guess like Laravel really wants us to, if we're going to use their automatic stuff, Laravel really wants us to have a landing page where the content isn't there. And I guess if we go to Twitter, they do the same thing, don't they? They just come here and say like, hey, you should sign up. And once you sign up, then you go to the appropriate place. And if you know where to go, then you could just go into the tweets. Can you get in touch with me to speak English? I've been really busy recently, so unfortunately I don't have time to do that. Do that myself. So I'm sorry about that. As I would recommend, are you in Russia? If you're in Russia, then maybe there's some people over there that they can physically get together with, because that's what I would recommend the most is that. Plus also there's no time difference, which can really suck. So let's have a landing page. We're going to get welcome. Okay, so we're going to get welcome. Where is that? Here. And welcome is just going to extends layouts.main. Section main. Cowtel, welcome to the stream. Also, that is an excellent recommendation for a Dejuzi. Highly recommend using Discord groups and other places. Let's see. Section main, and what do I really want to put in here? I guess it's just going to be, let's like go to the tweets. So it's going to have a link to the tweets. I won't just put that in right now. So we'll just have nothing in here. So if I go over here and hit refresh, here's our entire layout that we created. And we can do the entire login and register thing already. So we've just added that in early. And of course, home to come back home. So when we go to the tweets, we're going to add them down here. What are you yelling about? Why are you put in a something with? Oh my gosh, okay. This is funny. I somehow put this in. Okay, that is hilarious. I need to undo that. I somehow selected it, then I Command V'd it. Okay, so no more errors. We'll leave this down there. There we go. Okay, so when we get to this, we just want to send us to the tweets, but to get to the tweets, we need a page for that, which means we need to set up all of that fun stuff. So I think there's a fun command to do this. Okay. PHP artisan help make. I think it's for. What is it for? It's controller. Generate a resource, a model for it. No, okay. So I also want it to create a model. Is there a way to create like all of them at once? And there's no route. Would it be resource? Or maybe straight off the model. Here it is. This is what I want. I can create a migration factory and resource controller all at the same time. So, okay, so help make model -a, and we're gonna call this tweets. I guess tweet. I have no idea what it's gonna call these. Let's just call it tweets and see what happens. So create tweets table. All right, and what did it create for us? We now have a tweets controller. And it sort of auto-filled everything else for us and like prepared all of the CRUD things. We have a tweets model and we have a tweets factory, which we can use to seed the database with a bunch of tweets, and a tweets migration, which we can fill out here to do that. So like one command, several files created. So first thing I want to do is get a bunch of tweets into the database. So we kind of, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, need to figure out what we want that to look like. And I think now that we know that this, we know it's called tweets controller, capital T. We're going to go to web, and we're going to say we can just add this to the end here. Route resource, and then tweets controller. I believe that's all we need to do, and now it'll auto. Oh, I need this thing first still. There, /tweets. So in welcome, we can now say go find the tweets I guess I'll just call it here. Save that. Refresh, go find the tweets. It comes here. No error message, no 404, because it actually found it. It's just returning nothing. All right, Cowtail, I'll see you when you get back. What that means is we can now come to the tweets controller. And here is index. This is going to list everything out for us. And we're going to want a new layout. So tweet index. Here is this. So tweets index. There we go. So we go home, tweets, go find tweets, and then we click here and we're at the tweets. Of course, we need to actually see the tweets. So what do we care? What do we want to see on these? We want to see who it is. So the name of the person. We can even just do the time of the tweet. I don't know if I care about that. I think it's going to be name of the person, and then the tweet message. I'm not going to worry about any graphics or anything else. It's just going to be really simple, but it should also be clickable. Because when we click on it, it's going to go into a custom its own page to show the tweet. So just to where's my index? I don't think this needs to be a section. Would I want it to be a section? I guess it can be. Okay, so we can have a section. And then we'll have all of our tweets inside of that. Maybe these are articles. Okay, so this should be main. Then we're gonna have a for each. So this is gonna be tweets. Then we're gonna have a section. Then we're going to have the name of the person. So this is going to be a header, a tweet, name, Okay, I think that'll work. And then just because I'm not styling and we need to sort of separate these out, we're going to do the horrible thing of putting in HR. Now to make this work, we need tweets, because if I do this right now, it's going to error out, I believe. Yeah, because I didn't actually pass any tweets in. So let's come to the tweets controller and we're going to fake this. So, oh right, I forgot. It's actually easier not to fake it because I need to it wouldn't be an object, it would be an array. So I might as well just do like the entire real thing. But we now know what we need. Name and an index. So when we create a new tweet, okay, so let's go into create tweets. Okay, so table. Our name is actually not going to be putting the name in there. We're going to have a user ID. So this is going to be a big, I think it's unsigned. Unsigned big integer user ID. Not nullable. And then we also need to do that entire thing where we go, okay, is it references here? So users, and then it's something like tweets dot user ID as users dot ID. Oh, and then on delete cascade. I don't remember if I did that correct. Let's go take a look. Foreign ref, okay, I did it wrong. Okay, so foreign. All right, this entire thing is wrong. So it's gonna be foreign, and then the thing we used here, so user ID. Okay, that's what I want. That will give me that will then give me that link in. So we have that, and what else do we care about? The text, that's all. Okay, string and the length. So our Twitter is going to be a little bit more restrictive than this Twitter. I think right now we have like 255 characters, and when they started, it was something crazy. It was like 150 characters, or maybe even like less. Let's do 50 characters, or maybe even like something crazy like 25. That's you're only allowed to use 25 characters in our Twitter. So that should be it. And we're going to do another one for the comments later that will reference tweets. Okay. Save you. We need to run the migrations to get those in, and then we can have the factory and a seed to seed for us. You never use my Twitter if you can only use 25 characters. Well, that's probably a good thing because my Twitter sucks. Also, NB Matt, welcome to the stream. All right, let's go ahead and migrate this. Uh-oh, what did I do wrong? Could not, oh, you know what? I forgot to do the entire thing. So we need to touch database as SQLite because we're going to be using SQLite here. And because this is all like just testing all that stuff, I'm okay with sending the database up to 140 characters originally. Okay, well, you know, Twitter went up in their characters, and that was totally a mistake. I mean, they're still not making money, right? So clearly going down was the answer here. Well, yeah, you'll definitely not like mine if you think that Twitter's was too short. All right, so right, we need to go into .env. This is .env example. Isn't there an actual? There is. You'd use it less is more. Can you imagine if Twitter only allowed like just a couple characters, but you could still do the tweet storms? Basically, I'm creating an enforced, what's that poetry style that only has a few characters per line? And an enforced haiku, an enforced haiku, that's right. Also, welcome to the stream, Danny. I should rename this haiku, like a haiku Twitter thing. That would be awesome. Okay, so DB connection, we're going to use SQLite and database. We're going to have to start from a home / there we go. Now it should work. There we go, and we have all of our tweets. Let's now set up our factory. So tweets factory, and I think it's as simple as, now we don't have a user ID, do we? I think creating a user on our own would be good here. So we're just going to come here, let you register. Books, A at B. Oh, right, I almost forget. Every time I do this, you have to restart the server after changing any environment variable. Then this all works. It's like I can come here And the only reason this isn't working is because I don't have any tweets passing into the view. Enforced emoji communication. Ooh, okay. That if there's anybody from Silicon Valley that would like to back my new startup, I am creating a Twitter clone that's going to completely revolutionize the millennial communication style of the 2000s. We're going to disrupt everything. No words, only emojis. Think about it. I will be accepting minimum of $5 million sent directly to me for 5% of the company. Think I have a chance on Shark Tank? All right. Artisan. I keep on forgetting it. I see. Twitter level. Artisan, Tinker. Oh wait, it was trying to be nice to me and I didn't even notice. Okay. Tinker. App. I think it's user. Here we go. So here's my user. It's ID 1. So we're gonna say user ID is gonna be 1, just for all of these. And what did I call this? Text. Faker. I think it's going to be just a sentence. Can I put Faker API sentence? I want to know if I like. I need to what is it called? Limit it to the number of characters. Wait, there's demo. Maybe that'll work. Address, company database, sentence. Helper's create card. Let's not. Oh, I can do a lorem sentence? That seems... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's like 23 characters. That's really close to the edge. Ooh, lorem words. And I bet I can pass in the number of words it's allowed to be. Okay. I think it's like this. Maybe it's lorem words. 3 words. That's what you're limited to. Okay, so that should give us the factory. Now we need to create a seeder for. Okay, so wrong terminal. so PHP artisan make nothing special with this. Okay, so okay, fine. Tweets. Okay, so run the database tweets. The first things I want to do, we need to bring in, well, I need to go look up the documentation for it again. Seeding. Using the factories. Well, that seems pretty easy. Okay, so I can use the migrate refresh seed was also like reset the entire database, but I won't deal with that right now. So let's just do this style. So okay, so factory, you know, they have here app user, but I kind of want to pull that in. So use app tweets. Let's do 15. We'll do 15 tweets. We'll create the tweets, and they have here for each of them get the user post save factory and attach a relationship to each user. Interesting. I'm actually doing that inside of the factory, so it's probably not the best. I'm probably not doing it properly then. I think all I need here is just the make, like that. Okay, so if I save that, what are you upset about? All right, you are going to be class tweets seed. So now, go back to Tinker. Say tweets. Okay, no tweets. This now. Well, that didn't work. Oh, right. I remember that it doesn't. I have to tell it what class to run. So by default, this drove me crazy. By default, there is this database seeder here, and I need to unmount this and just say call tweets seed. I think that's what I called it. Tweet seed. Yeah. I should probably also rename this to be the same thing. tweet seed, tweet seed, tweet seed, tweet seed. Okay, this should then run them all when I run it. It's like for real now. Ah. Class tweet seeds does not exist. Tweet seed. Tweet seed. Tweet seed. Oh, I can't find it. Where did I? Oh, was there someplace else that I was supposed to have looked into to like see that? Here's class tweet seed. Wait, do I need to pull it in? I'm gonna guess the other way is yeah, I think you're right. I think I have to use it pull in. Okay, so let's do this. Use, where do I get it though? There's no namespace. So is it just, because it's not an app. It's in database. Okay, so is it going to be like this? Let's try that. No, okay. Does not exist still. Config app.php. Let's try it. I don't think I would need to. I don't see like the tweet that I put in there originally. I know it's very interesting. I wonder, I don't see anything in here that is crazy. They don't even talk about, let's see, by default, dbc command runs the database seeder class, which may be used to call other seed classes. Okay, so if I tell it to run this class directly, theoretically it would not work then, right? Because it can't find it. What did we call this? This is, now is it upset because it's lowercase? Is it like, class tweet seed does not exist. So if I change you to uppercase, change view. So I don't think I need this. I don't actually think that's the problem. Cannot find it. Let's try. I mean, there's not really anything crazy that I've done here. Maybe it's time for me to go check a new check a different project that I did out. Oh no, not mine. Okay, so I created this one. Let's take a look at this. Class, create task, extend. So this is what I had when I tried this earlier. Nothing crazy in here. This is pretty much the exact same thing that I was doing. Now if I leave this, database seeder, create tasks, so that's exactly the same thing too. Okay, let's come back to here. Database seeder. This.call. So they're putting that in a, let's move this over to the right. This works. But also you're suggesting an array. Run this call, put this in array. Like that. I'm guessing this won't work. Because I don't think I really, yeah, okay. I want to try something different now. Let's try PHP artisan make seed, and we're going to call this a tweet seeder. Okay, I just created it using their system. So if this works now, then that means that they're doing something behind the scenes and registering it somehow whenever I'm creating it. So if I now do this, what is it? Factory. Okay, so it's really just telling it to do this. Okay. We save view, and then we're going to go into here, and it's tweet seeder. Now let's run this again. Unknown formatter lorem. Now it works. Okay, so once you've written your seeder, you may need to regenerate Composer's autoloader using the dump autoload command. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Composer Is there like a help for this? No. Oh, help list. Well, that's not helpful. Dump auto load. Auto load classes from map only. Okay, so that's, I think this is what I need to do. Discovered some things. Didn't discover my thing. Okay, so now let's put this back. Here, the original one, it wasn't working before. PHP artisan database seed. Now it works. Okay. NBMat, that is an awesome command to know. That is pretty interesting. So what I'm going to put into here is just a little comment. If this class isn't found by database seeder, then run like that. Okay, so there we go. That will be really important to have. Okay, so of course now we have the lorem isn't really a thing. So what is it saying? Unknown formatter lorem. I think maybe we can just do words though. I bet words will work. Okay, seeding worked. Let's now check out Tinker. Or not. Well, it claims it worked. That didn't really do the things that I was hoping it would. Do I need the create? I bet I need the create then. So I probably need something like this. Array to string conversion. Okay, so insert into tweets, user ID text, and then it just got a bunch of nothing. You might be right, but I think Faker gave me an array instead of a string. Because if we take a look at this, this is words 3. I think it gave me an array of words. What if I do that? Okay. There we go. Also, it totally ignored that 3. Luckily, it's just underneath the 25. Well, this is more than 25 characters. $25 right here. So, what is going on? Well, it allows them all. This migration did not take. Like it doesn't care that it's more than 25 characters. That's actually a little bit disappointing. I'm really sad. Have I used any cloud databases? I have. I've used a Mongo cloud database, and I've used Amazon relational database before, and Heroku's cloud Postgres database. So I've used those in the past. They're fine. For like testing and playing around, I really like SQLite. It's just like a super basic relational database that acts. It works. This makes me sad. I feel that I was lied to. Did I not follow their documentation right? String, name, varchar equivalent with a length. So wait, is there no modifiers? So that's it? It just ignores what I said? Or maybe SQLite doesn't care. That might be what it is. SQLite just has no cares in the world. I can tell it as much as I want that I can't have more than 25 characters, but it's gonna have 25 characters. Okay, well, I'm not gonna worry about it. We're gonna keep on going on. We now have a bunch of these things in here. So now we can go to the tweets controller. We're gonna need use. Oh, I'm already using tweets. Okay, so like that. So now it's just all the tweets. We get them all. And there we go. Here's all the tweets. I think when I get them, I also want to do the join on the users. So this will probably not be quite as simple as this. So let's do this. Tweets equals. I guess I can't do that. Tweets with users equals Oh, I guess I can because it's just tweets versus tweets. So I can just do this. Tweets equals tweets all join users .id equals tweets dot user ID. Let's return tweets just to find out what the heck we have. ID 15 created at blah blah blah, user ID 1, text. All right, we need to do the query builder joins. Okay, so join so we're on tweets, join, and then oh, I missed one part, users, like that. And now that looks weird. User ID, that seems ID 15 created at, oh, this is the most recent. They're all created by the same one, though, right? User ID 1. So tweets, do I not need this all? Can I just do join? Ooh, it didn't like that. Oh, right, because that error. Object to class could not be converted to string. Which one? This content, string content. I don't actually know what thing it was that screwed up there. Okay, so table users, join contacts. Do I need, oh, I need the get, don't I? Hey, look at this. All right, so ID 1 created at user ID. Here's the text, but I don't need everything. So join, so while we have like a get here, I'm also gonna have a slash select. I only need, so tweets dot star and users dot name. That's all I care about. No, don't translate the page. Okay, here it is, name Brooks. So I think that'll do it. Save this back to here, and here it is, Brooks. I created all of these. And that's how we store them in the database and get them out and sort of display all of these tweets in there like that. So with that, I guess this is a README. We need to copy this README over. Copy README to that. Okay, as a visitor, I want to see a list of tweets. We got it. So we can close all of these now. And visitors can see all of the tweets. There we go. Send on up. SQLite's character limit works way differently and doesn't exactly limit a straightforward way. Okay, well that's good to know and to like realize that okay, that's not really a screw up on my part. Although at the same time, if you're going to claim that you have full compatibility with SQLite and use that in your documentation, then you should translate when I use your APIs to their APIs properly. But maybe it's like way weird and it does work, but not in the way I want it to. But most likely they can just say in the documentation, yeah, we kind of work with SQLite. We barely work with SQLite. Don't worry about it. That being fine, I'm still actually happy with SQLite because I like just how quick and easy it is to set up a database without having to install full Postgres. Okay, so basically they don't care. SQLite is not going to stop you. Well, in that case, not then reverse my negative about Laravel. It's fine. That's just my misunderstanding of how SQLite works. All right, so let's take a look at a README. As a tweeter, I want to send a tweet. So I'm already logged in. I have authentication. I want a form to add a tweet now. So let's go ahead and figure out where we want to put this. I'm thinking we're in this tweets section. We can actually create a sort of a navigation item here. When we're logged in, we're allowed to see like send a tweet, and that sends us to an actual tweet form. So back to here, let's go into our layout right here in our main. So we're going to have, now this is going to be interesting because we only want to show this if we're allowed to see it. So I think it's going to be not a full li. We're going to do an if here. So if right, I can do if auth it's not like ID or what is it? It's auth. I keep on forgetting this. Check, that's what it is, check. If auth check. If this is true, then we want another li, and we want an a to tweets, and here's where I need to now check. Oh, not that one, this one. on Laravel. There's a command here that will show us all the routes we have set up. Tweets create, that's what it is. Write a tweet. Okay. So if we're logged in, we're going to see this link. We are logged in. So I'm going to come over here. We get nothing because currently we're going to go to the tweets controller. And here's the show the form for this. What's the random apostrophe tweets? Where did I put that? Did I mistake that? Was that somewhere? Oh, that is a typo. Where did I? Oh, that's here it is. Yep. It's a full typo. That was not on purpose. I wouldn't do that to you. Okay, so we're going to need a create form now and send people over to it. So for example, we're going to have our controller. This is just going to show them the form. We need to check to see if we're authenticated. So if we're not auth, I'm not allowed to do auth unless I also pull it into here. Where is security? Nope, nope, not that. There it is. No, not. That's it. Okay, so if we're not logged in, I want to let's actually just send them to login if they somehow get there on their own. Otherwise, we're going to then just be able to do the rest of our stuff here. Okay, for add a tweet, all we really need is the text, right? Max equals 25. We'll do that. That's a good point, NB Matt. If you feel that it's not right, I guess like there's the question of, are you fighting against Laravel? And if you're fighting against Laravel, then it's possible that that there's a better way to do it. If you do it that better way, things will be better. Also, thank you, Wandable, for the raid, and welcome, Wandable viewers. I am currently working on learning PHP and Laravel for a new job. So I'm making a sort of Twitter clone, except I'm trying to limit people to 25 characters, which I think would really improve the Twitter experience. That's my contribution to the Twitter life. NB Matt, that's I mean, you can definitely use Laravel as a pure API, and in fact, I think that the company I'm going to work for, that's how they're using it. They're using Vue on a front end, so a full front end framework. All the views are happening on that side, and then you only need to worry about the API stuff, JSON stuff on the back end. So there's a lot that Laravel provides for you that you wouldn't be using in that case, but there's still some benefit. Okay, so this should add in the create. Let's see. Right, a tweet. Here's our tweet. If I try to say something like, oh, it sent it anyways. Of course, so you notice nothing happens, and that's because I have everything there. It just won't. It just is returning nothing. I think if I add in validate here, it will yell at me. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Okay. I don't remember how to do the front end validation. Usually I'm using JavaScript for that. So I will just ignore this right now, and we'll just use back-end validation because that's all that really matters in the end. Max length, that's what it is. Okay. Max length. Let's try that. There we go. Now it stops us. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. And because we know it's going to come, let's add in the error message that we're going to no doubt get a lot. So here we're going to say if errors has text. Okay, so if there are text errors, then we want to for each errors get text as message, and then we want to put in a we can use the pre-tag to format it slightly differently because that'll make it look a little bit weird. We'll use the pre-tag and we'll just put in message. course, right now there are no problems with us sending this in because we haven't set up the validation, but we'll be doing that shortly. Okay, so with that, we're now sending this on to the tweets controller. We've got create, and now we're sending it to store. So the first thing I need to do is I need to validate this request. So we're going to say new tweet equals request validate, and we're going to say text is both required and also it's this pipe character, and I think there's some way to do max. Let's go take a look at that. Laravel request validate. There it goes. Max : number of characters. There you go. So then, once we have our new tweet, we can take the tweets model that we have, and we're going to update it. So tweets : create. And then all we have to do is pass in the new tweet. And that should do that. And then we want to, at the very end, return direct to /tweets so we can see them. All right, let's see if I did this correctly. Come back to here. Let's start over. Here's all of our tweets. We're going to add, I think it's going to come at the bottom here. So Nemo explicable. So add a tweet, new tweet, add, oh, right, the fillable property. So in here, we need to go to the tweets model, protected, fillable equals text. Constraint violation, not null constraint failed. User ID, I forgot to send in the user ID at the same time. That's the problem. Hold on. I need to add in tweets controller. So to this new tweet, we also now need to add in new tweet user underscore ID, and this is going to be, so we have our auth here. It's going to be auth ID. There we go. Attempted to sign property user ID of none. Oh, okay. So it won't let me do that. Okay. How do I add that in there? Oh, it's an array. So I just add it in like this. Like that. Integrity constraint violation 19. Not null constraint fail. Tweets user ID. What happened? SQL insert into tweets. Text updated at created at. Values new tweet. the timestamps. Tweets that user ID. Wait a second, did you not try to put it in there? Text up to that, create that. Oh look, it didn't try to put user ID in there. Oh man, why wouldn't you do that? So I think, unfortunately, I have to do this separately to get this user ID in. So we're going to create, and we're going to say text is going to be request text user ID auth ID. Maybe that'll work. So new tweet, add. What are you upset about? Is it the same thing? Did you not get added here? SQL insert into tweets, text updated that, created that. Why didn't you do what I asked you to do? Apparently I failed to ask it to put the user ID into the tweet. So here's what we got. User ID right here. It's an unsigned big integer. We know it works because we were able to add it in through the factory. Let's go take a look at the factory. Here's a user ID and just sort of setting it to a number, but that could be just an auth, like whatever we are. Why? Okay. In a tweets controller here, we should probably verify that we're also authorized here too, shouldn't we? Okay, so if not auth, check. Return redirect to /login. Otherwise, we continue on. Okay, so we're going to validate the request, and we need to make sure the text is required and has a maximum of 25 characters. We're then going to create the tweets here. The text is going to be the text of the request, and the user underscore ID is going to be auth ID. So grab the ID from auth. If I just say 1, would that work? No, it's not putting it into the query here. What did I do wrong? Okay. Let's try doing it in Tinker. Let's like recreate what we're attempting to create here. Also, my computer just suddenly slowed down a little bit. Might be my computer's way of saying maybe I should take a long break, go have lunch, and end the stream. All right, let's let's add a new one. So create, and we're going to say text is going to be yo. We'll make this 1. Add text to fillable property. So I thought I already did that. I did. I probably need user ID too. Was that the problem? Why didn't it tell me that? Here's the new tweet. Okay, we got it. We can add a new tweet. Okay, so as a tweeter, I want to send a tweet. So we've got that. As a visitor, so in the future, I'm going to end the stream because it's coming. It's almost lunchtime. But next time, what I'm going to do is we're going to create a comments. We're going to do the exact same thing for comments. We're going to create a factory for comments, a migration for comments. We're going to seed a bunch of comments also. We could basically make them be longer. They can be 255 characters. And then or maybe we could do the same thing, 25 characters. I don't know. So then we can then see all the comments on the tweets. And then we're going to have the add comment form field. And then we're going to have the update for the tweet. So some kind of like button to update it, and then a delete tweet button. All right, yeah. And since today is Friday, right? So I was thinking I might do a stream on Sunday morning. I might just wait and do it on Monday. I don't know. I don't have like an actual real schedule set up right now. So if you want to get notified when I go live, please follow me here on Twitch, or follow me on Twitter. I have links. Well, you're already on Twitch, so you know where that is. But if you look down, I don't know, my brain just suddenly went haywire. Downstairs? No. Down below in the description, I believe I have a link to my Twitter account. And I will attempt to tweet out around an hour or more before I stream next time. So that way, there's a chance that you'll be able to catch the entire thing. Otherwise, I am archiving all of these onto YouTube, and I have that link down below too. And so with that, I promise I will not work on this until the next time that I'm streaming, so that we can have a full archive of like how I'm building this and doing it. And so with that, thank you everyone for stopping by. Thank you for all the help, and Wandable, thank you for the raid there too. With that, I am going to switch over to the ending screen, and then I'm going to go have lunch and have a hopefully great rest of my day. I hope that you all have a great rest of your day as well. And I'll see you next time.